Good day to our lecturer and classmate. My name is Putri Adriana Batrisha and our group will present on Title 2 under Topic 2. The emergence of early private higher education IPTS in the 1918. Today, Malaysia has hundreds of private colleges and universities. But how did this booming industry start? It began in the 1918 as a direct response to overcrowding in public universities and strict government policies. Let's look at how the private sector stepped into the revolutionized higher learning in Malaysia. To understand the rise of IPTS, we must look at the situation in the late 1917 and early 1918. At that time, Malaysia only had a handful of public universities, such as Universiti Malaya and Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. The country and economy was growing rapidly and thousands of high school leavers wanted a degree. However, public universities did not have enough seats. Thousands of qualified students were turned away simply because of a shortage of a campus space, creating a massive and educational crisis. Impact of the new economic policy NEP. Another major factor was the introduction of the new economic policy or NEP in 1917. To balance racial equity, the government introduced a quota system for entry into a public university. While this expanded opportunities for Brahmaputra students, it significantly limited the number of seats available for non-Brahmaputra students. As a result, families had to look outside the government system to find alternative pathways for higher education, paving the way for private entrepreneurs. Financial challenge of studying abroad. Initially, families who could afford it sent their children overseas to the UK, Australia, or India. However, in the mid-1918, Malaysia hit an economic recession. At the same time, foreign universities drastically increased their tuition fees for international students. Sending a child abroad became impossibly expensive for the average Malaysian middle-class family. There was an urgent, desperate need for a solution that provided a Western standard degree but at an affordable cost right here on Malaysian soil. The pioneers' early private college. This economic pressure led to the birth of the first private college in the 1918. Institutions like Stanford College, Taylor College, Inti College, and Sunway College began as small private shop lots or modest campuses. They did not have the power to grant their own degrees yet, so they operate as preparatory centers. They offer pre-university courses like A-level or Australian matriculation, giving local students the foundational qualification needed to study further. Innovation in education, the twinning program concept. To make degree affordable, this early private college invented a brilliant educational model called the twinning program or the 2+1 system. Under this model, a student will study for 2 years at a private college in Malaysia and then spend their final year at a partner university in the UK or Australia. The degree was awarded by the foreigner university, but the students saved thousands of ringgit on living costs and tuition. This innovation democratized higher education for the Malaysian middle class. Shifting to English medium education. While public universities were transitioning entirely to Bahasa Melayu in line with national identity policies, this early private college chose to operate completely in English. This was a strategic business and educational move. By teaching in English, they made it seamless for students to transfer to foreign university It also made private college graduate highly attractive to multinational corporate and the private sector, which were booming in Malaysia during the late 1980s. Government changing attitude. Initially, the government viewed these private colleges with suspicion because they operate outside the national curriculum guideline. However, by the late 1918s, the government realized that IPTS were actually helping the country. They stopped millions of dollars from flowing out of the country in foreign exchange and kept local talent at home. The government began to see the private sector not as a competitor, but as a vital partner in transforming Malaysia into an industrial. The Private Higher Educational Institution Act 1996. The success of the 1918 private college boom eventually forced a complete overhaul of nation education laws. In 1996, the government passed the Private Higher Educational Institution Act 555. This law officially legalized and regulated private college, allowed them to upgrade into full university and grant their own degrees. It also established quality control body that later became the Malaysian Qualification Agency (MQA), ensuring private degrees met strict national standards. Conclusion: the emergence of private higher education in the 1918 was a direct response to socio-economic pressure and public university limitation. Through innovation like twinning program, this early private college transformed Malaysia from a nation facing an educational shortage into a thriving regional hub for higher learning. As semester 1 student, this history shows us how private enterprise can adapt to shape national development. Conclude our presentation. We hope you have gained a better understanding of the emergence and significance of early private higher education institution (IPTS) in Malaysia. Thank you for your attention and we welcome any questions.